Today, I've got some amazing news. We would like to personally invite you to join our free masterclass, Booking Genius. So, let me answer a question that we get asked all the time. Can I really make money from a wedding business? And if I can, then why haven't I been able to do so yet? And if you've been banging your head against the wall trying to figure out how you can get a steady stream of clients and customers, you are definitely not alone. We have just heard this time and time again, over and over from wedding professionals who are just finding it harder than usual to get their calendar filled this year. Just 2 weeks after our client Mel put in these exact strategies, she booked 5 new clients. Mel's a wedding planner who was struggling to get any bookings. We made one small change to the way she was doing things, and boom, the booking floodgates opened. So, we're going to be teaching you the exact same system that has helped hundreds of other wedding businesses get their first client, book out their wedding season, and to finally feel like they have what it takes to make their business work. If you've been struggling to book wedding clients, we want you to sign up so that we can start getting you the results you deserve. We'll be going live with you on April the 9th at 8 p.m. Join our free masterclass Booking Genius. And if you sign up using the link in our show notes, we will give you access to the replay. Plus, that's not all. We'll also be sharing loads of prizes too. So what are you waiting for? Sign up to Booking Genius now. Hey, welcome to this week's episode of the Web Pro Podcast. We're going to dive straight in today because we've got a really full topic that we want to talk to you about. We want to talk to you about all the things, all of the changes that are happening inside the wedding industry, the changes from what millennial couples have been searching for the weddings, because we're now going into this shift where Gen Z couples are coming through. So Gen Z couples, these are the couples that are in their 20s or about to be in their 20s. So really our target demographic. And we need to be just shifting the way that we do things a little bit, just so that we can really make use of our time as wedding business owners. You know, we know that you're time poor, and what we want to give you, as always, is actionable strategies to really make the most of your time as a wedding business owner. So yeah, today we're going to dive straight in. Thank you so much for joining us, and let's get your wedding business visible and booked out.
Let's go for it. So the wedding industry is always shifting and evolving. And in 2023, we did feel a huge kind of boom. But in 2024, most wedding suppliers are having a little bit of a slower year. But today we're going to share some things, aren't we, that are going to kind of help with that. So let's jump in with number one.
So first and foremost, what we know is that couples are spending around 7 hours a week planning their wedding, and over 90% of this is done online, and this is definitely up from the data that we know from 2022. So what does this tell us as wedding business owners? Well, it tells us that you need a robust online presence, and this really is non-negotiable. Your website, absolutely, this needs to be the cornerstone of your entire digital marketing strategy, because this is going to really perform that platform for couples to discover you, engage with your brand, read your blog, rank up those extra hours with your business, rank up those extra hours engaging with you. And yes, social media is absolutely invaluable. And, you know, you can be really visually appealing, and it is a really great tool for you in your business to connect with couples. Your website is absolutely indispensable for converting those leads into clients. So yes, absolutely, you need a website. And even if you serve luxury couples, actually, somebody asked us this last week. You know, I'm higher end of the market here. I really want to focus on, you know, high-end looks, £500,000 weddings. Do I need a website? And I thought, what a bizarre question. Yes, even if you are serving the ultra lux end of the market, you're not exempt from needing that strong digital presence. And I think that question really came from, she knows that she needs to get word of mouth referrals, right? But yeah, it's absolutely non-negotiable. We are finding that even established wedding suppliers who have been able to rely on word of mouth referrals we're finding that they're losing out on clients due to a lack of social media, due to an
Yeah,
outdated
a lack of that online
website.
presence. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And
Everybody needs a website.
yeah, and if you are if your website isn't working for you, or you're trying to target a look end of the market, invest in your website, invest in decent, well-written copy, invest in good branding. Yes, it might cost you 3,000-4,000 pounds, but what about the cost of you losing out on clients and consistently losing out on clients? That's going to cost you well into the six figures. So, you know, take a look at your pricing, work out how much do I need to get back to make a return on investment on a decent website, on a website that functions and takes my client through a journey, on decent branding, on decent images. And if you weigh that against the return on investment, how many bookings will I need to get this? You will realize that your website actually is less expensive than you think it is. Investing in your online presence is an investment in the future of your business. And it is so much more important than ever. Now we know that over 90% of couples are doing their planning online. So think about all that potential profit.
That's a huge chunk of people. So now we're going to look at couples and the way they are making decisions. So on average, couples are engaged for around 15 months, but they are still making decisions really quickly. Nearly 80% of couples begin to research wedding venues within the first 2 months of getting engaged. So this is saying that your couples are going to start shopping quickly. So in actual fact, the data showing that couples are actually planning their wedding before, that's right, before they're even getting engaged. Now, how crazy is that? This is the generation of people that are in the know, like they want to be getting it exactly how they want it. So the things that you can be doing in your business to help support this new way of thinking that they are showing is, having that education available to them online, having those freebies available, because they are looking at you way before you think they are.
Yeah, think about, do you have any resources for them? This is the time to really capture people, not just when somebody decides to reach out. Think about the process before then. So what things can you do in the really early stages of wedding planning? What education can you put out there that can really grasp people who are searching? Maybe their friend's getting married, maybe their friend has just got engaged, and your social media pops up, or they may have shared something that you've done. Their friends are interested, they're checking you out, and they're checking you out long before you think they are. And this one is becoming more and more apparent, and something that we've been talking about for a really long time, about price transparency. And we've really been having this conversation and feel like we've been talking about and bashing on about this for a really long time, about being transparent with your prices. So more and more couples are saying that their wedding budget and their wedding planning has been affected by the current economy and the cost of living crisis that we're going through. So price transparency really is the name of the game here. Nobody wants to jump through hoops to figure out if you are in their budget or not. So have a price range on your website, have an average investment listed on your website. This way you can let people know, you can qualify them, and increase the chances that they're actually going to reach out. And price transparency also really builds trust. When you're hiding your pricing on your website, you are starting off the relationship with a sense of mistrust. And don't worry if you are out of budget. The Knot recently reported that 60% of couples increased their budget and their wedding budget at least once. And we see this time and time again, that initially when they plan that wedding business spreadsheet and the wedding spreadsheet, and they're having a look at what things cost, and they haven't got that education there as to what things cost, they know that they are going to have to increase that budget along the way. This is why price transparency, yes, is a must, but also educating your client is as much of a must as well. So if you are somebody that has not got any indication of your pricing on your website, a starting from price, a range of investment, or really super transparent pricing, it's something you can do in 2 minutes today that is going to really help you going forward.
So, as we spoke about at the beginning, Gen Z are now paving the way. And even though the majority of couples getting married are still millennials, Gen Z has officially entered the building. And these types of couples are more likely to have more guests, ask friends and family for supplier referrals, use trick use Pinterest. They also have a lower attention span as well, so you have to make it easy to work with you. And this goes without saying for any person really. You want less resistance as possible for them to be able to contact you. You know, I would recommend using automations and having CRMs so you are able to reply quickly and you aren't making it hard to get in contact with you.
So Pinterest there, that's quite a surprising one actually, because I haven't heard too much about Pinterest for a little while, but
Mm.
Pinterest absolutely Gen Z couples are using it more and more. So if you're not on Pinterest, set yourself up with an account and just start pinning. Learn how to use it properly. It's a more evergreen form of content, meaning that your content isn't going to be undiscoverable in a couple of days, like it does, like that works on Facebook, like that works on Instagram, and especially TikTok. More evergreen content is like your blogs. So these are things that when you get your keywords right, when you write and pin about things that are of interest to your ideal client, these are things that are going to be able to be found 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line, evergreen. So it's really worth, if you're not got a Pinterest strategy yet, really looking at how you make Pinterest work for your wedding business. So Gen Z couples, exactly what you kind of said there, Roxy, they're really looking to friends and family for referrals. And that also really have a focus on that social proof and testimonials. So this range of couple feel confident to buy when they see good ratings, good reviews, and these are heavily influenced. And we can really see this coming through in the way that we see trends on social media. You know, influencer trends, how people are influenced to be able to buy, to purchase from people they know, like, and trust. So whether it is friends, family, online communities, online influencers, they are looking to these people when making wedding related decisions. So you want to focus as ever on the social proof that you bring, the testimonials, littering this throughout your marketing, throughout your social media, throughout your website, really looking at what social proof you bring to people's weddings. Have you got 100% 5-star reviews? Have you got over 100 testimonials that say how amazing you are? Have you won wedding awards? Have you been nominated for amazing things? Have you done some amazing style shoots that have been published in accredited and respected publications? Are you recommended suppliers at prestigious venues? These are the social proof that these couples are going to be searching for and looking for in from you. So if you haven't, and we talked about this inside of our coaching pod, didn't we, with our group coaching members?
Yeah, we spoke about a lot actually this week about social proof, haven't we?
Yeah, and looking really about how you can build that personal brand around you
Yeah.
and really gear into this idea of how you can show your social proof, your testimonials, that you are trustworthy, and really take away that um what's the word I'm looking for? Really take away that resistance to buy by focusing on littering these. So have testimonials on all pages of your website. Don't just put them on a single page. Get
Mm-mm.
rid of that testimonial only page and just spread them out. Share them on social media. Make it, part of your strategy to include one per month. Whether you do that on your stories, whether you do that on your feed, and don't rely on third-party websites. So while places such as online directories definitely have a place and they are great, make sure that the majority of your reviews are on Google, because this is incredible for SEO and it's something that you don't need to worry about that it's going to go away anytime soon. So if you're not collecting Google reviews, it's really great for that SEO. It's also amazing for your Google My Business local profile. So if people are searching for local wedding florists, if you concentrate on building up your Google reviews, you can quite often rank higher than other wedding florists in your area. in the local search. But also, this is what your couples are going to be looking for as well.
From all of the stuff that we've just told you, what can you now do to push your business forward this year in 2024? So if you are in a slower booking season, use this to your advantage. Don't be the ostrich. Don't bury your head in the sand. Focus on working on your business. And here's a few things that you can do. So you can audit your marketing. What platforms are you getting the most inquiries on? What platforms are sending the most traffic to your website? What platforms have you wanted to start marketing on? That's your key there. That's your cue to get on Pinterest. Look at your online presence. Is your logo consistent on all your platforms? Do your packages match from platform to platform? Does your messaging sound the same? Does your business, if you did a cross section of all your digital presence, is it clear? Is it consistent across the board? Then we want to be looking at your website. Is that loading quickly? You know, these Gen Zs have got low attention spans. They want instant content, instant results. So make sure that every page of your site is loading quickly, that your images are not slowing your website down, because that's something we see quite often. Let's talk about SEO. Do you even consider your SEO? Is that something that you need to ramp up? Now is the time to be doing that. Don't leave it until it's too late, because that takes time to build up anyway. So when we're talking about your images on your website, are these going to be attracting these Gen Z couples and your ideal clients? Are they diverse? Are they showcasing your style? And does it stand out from the rest? Or are you just looking like everybody else, and when somebody clicks on it, it just looks like the last website that they went on?
The other thing to really consider in times where you're a little bit quieter is just making sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So really looking at things such as, is your customer journey up to date? Is the technology up to date? Are you still sending contracts through the post for couples to sign and check? If you are, you need to scrap this right now and put in an instant DocuSign or something for people to be able to sign online. Click a button, whether it's part of your CRM or whether you attach something on Google Docs or DocuSign or something like that, to make it super easy for couples to work with you. Think about as well, how can you build up trust? Couples are untrusting of suppliers, and especially post pandemic, lots of businesses went out of business, unfortunately. There was lots and lots of scare stories about people rearranging their wedding 3, 4, 5 times, a lot of venues that went bust, a lot of misinformation between both parties, and actually quite a lot of resistance between both parties. And by that I mean couples versus wedding industry, and the wedding industry obviously wanting to really bunker down and protect their business, and the couples understandably really scared that they're going to lose their money, really scared that they're not going to have the wedding that they wanted, really scared, I'm really looking, how can I still have this wedding? And this has left a little bit of mistrust inside the wedding industry. So it's up to you to be restoring that trust. So things such as educational content, showing up online, easy to book processes, and ensuring that you've got transparent pricing as well on your website. Really focus on how can you build up trust with your couples. So that's also exactly what we talked about there, about that personal branding element, about ensuring that you are showcasing the trust. Blow your own trumpet a little bit here. I know so many businesses, and we are guilty of doing this as well, where they don't put front and center the amazing things that they have achieved. And you really want to be doing this, because this is, number one, going to set you apart from other people, but number two, it's really going to make people trust you by proxy.
Yeah.
If you've been featured at such a venue, if you have been invited back 4 times to this style shoot, if you have written articles for, prestigious venues, if you are a judge on one of the wedding industry judging panels, shout about it, because this builds trust by proxy. If those other businesses are trusting you, if those magazines are trusting you, if the wedding award people are trusting you, your client is going to trust you as well, because they trust the opinions of these big businesses. So shout about it. Don't worry, don't worry about what the person you sat next to in primary school thinks about
Yeah.
you sharing about. We don't care. Like, somebody said this to me this week. She said, oh, I don't like to be visible online because, I'm really private and my friends, and I don't want my friends to see what I'm doing in my business. And I just thought, what a shame. What a shame, because, you can't sell a secret. And
You almost have to get over yourself for this bit, don't you? Because it can be a little.
Like,
Yeah.
the people who love
They're not
you
going
and
to pay
like
your
you,
bills.
the people that love you and like you don't care and want to support you. And the people that you haven't seen for 25 years, who cares? Like, who absolutely cares? Like, show up, take up space, make noise, talk about your
I'm
success.
smiling because I always remember that when we were the first to do the Facebook Lives, so many of my family members were like, oh, I don't watch your lives, Rox. And I'm like, okay, that's great, because you're not my ideal client anyway, so whatever.
I don't care.
I don't care. And now look at us. Look where we are now. If we wouldn't have been showing up, if we wouldn't have been putting in and doing the graft, and just not caring about the external forces, they're not paying bills, people. You've got a graft to pay the bills.
Absolutely. So success in marketing your wedding business this year and every year really just requires you to have a complete understanding of industry trends and your couple's habits, your couple's shopping habits, purchasing habits, and decisions. It's no longer just about posting occasionally on Instagram. You need to have a complete strategy. So pause for a second, spend half a day or a full day even thinking about optimizing your online presence, embracing that transparency that we were talking about, and just positioning yourself for sustained growth and success. So sustained growth, that's not easy to say, but sustained growth is all about being able to having a long-term strategy for your business, having reliable, repeatable strategies. We go on about this all the time, but reliable, repeatable strategies that you can implement into your business time and time again that are going to work. So finally, before we say bye and love and leave you, if you are ready to take your wedding business to the next level, you need to come to WedCon in November. So WedCon is going to be bigger and better than ever. It's our 4th time of hosting WedCon this year, and we have booked the most amazing speakers, the most gorgeous venue. I was there this week.
I was so jealous that I couldn't come. I was so jealous.
It's so stunning. And we've got exclusive views of the whole venue as well. So it's a like Georgian manor house. We have got bars, we have got breakout rooms. There are beautiful bedrooms and gorgeous, gorgeous bathrooms upstairs. There is a makeup, getting ready area, getting ready suite. So these areas are going to be absolutely amazing for those of you to have your branding photos. So imagine being a hair and makeup artist, being able to just sit in that chair and pretend that you're doing somebody's makeup and having your photographs taken by Georgia. Those photos, those branding photos, are included in the price of WedCon, and it's an absolute bargain. We spend so much money on branding photography for our website, for our socials, and by having decent branding photography for your website and socials, you are able to position yourself as different straight away. You're able to command higher prices for the things that you do, and third and foremost, you just look way more professional. So we invest thousands of pounds every single year on style branding sheets, don't we, Roxy? So that
we book out beautiful houses.
Yes. But we have booked the venue for you. So not only are you going to get those stunning images, exclusive views of the venue and the grounds, it is stunning. You are also going to get 5 amazing speakers as well. So the speakers are going to be talking on sales, marketing, getting in front of your ideal client, industry trends, and loads more. We'll be there to talk about all things business, so you can pick our brains about anything that's going on in your business. As always, there's plenty of breakout time, networking time, and a stunning lunch cooked by the team at the Old Palace in Chester. Chester, if you've not been before, is an absolutely stunning historic city in the Northwest, and it's just an amazing, really cultural place to be at as well. Not only this year are you going to get 5 amazing speakers, all the networking time, the training, the masterclasses, and exclusive use of the venue and the branding photography, you are also going to get an after party as well. So included in the price, we are going to put on a little soiree at the end of WedCon just to cheers success to another year. So tickets are selling quickly. If you want to be at WedCon in November, it's November the 20th. It's in Chester at the stunning venue, the Old Palace. Head on over to our website or click on the link in bio to secure your ticket. We've got payment plans available so you can spread the cost as well.
And we've got VIP options this year as well. So make sure you go and check out the link that we will pop in the show notes. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we shall see you on the next episode where we will dive in a little bit more to how our Stephen Bartlett meet went.
Oh, yeah.
No, we spoke about that, haven't we? But that's going to have to be for another time. Until then, we'll see you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Welcome to the Wed Pro Podcast, the podcast for Wed Pros no matter their stage. We are your hosts, Katie and Roxy, and this is the Wed Pro Podcast.